Alright, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Everything Black with the Real Dwight Thomas. Today we're going to be getting back to advice from an average black man, where you, the people, ask me, an average black man, for advice and I deliver. Now, before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that's nasty work. And also, it's never too late to get advice. If you want advice from an average black man, go ahead and click that link in the bio, fill out the form, and I got you. So let's get into it. Roll a clip. Alright, let's get into this first one. So it says, my BF and I have been drinking. He got really drunk and couldn't drive. Red flag number one. Because if you're supposed to drive, you're supposed to drive. You don't get too drunk to drive. But anyway, he asked me to drive and drop his friend off. I did, but once we got to his friend's destination, his friend changed his mind and wanted to go somewhere else. Excuse me? In the car that you got to ride in? When everybody's too drunk? Nah, it's time to go home. That's the problem. Y'all hang out with people who don't know when to stop. I said no because we had all been drinking and it's a high police area. I didn't want to get pulled over and his friend was home. My BF got so mad and emotional, almost to tears, because I said no. I was driving my BF's car. He yelled and screamed the whole way home, slept on the couch, and wants to break up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm like, is he gay? Wait, what? What? How did we get to that? We'll come back to that. I never seen him like that upset, not even in situations I'd expect him to be. He acted like I pushed his friend off a bridge. I'm upset as well because I'm uncomfortable and don't feel safe. Why not just understand how I feel? Any advice? I got you. Alright, so first let's start with the part where you asked if he was gay. Now, I know what you mean by this. You meant like, does he like his friend OD? But y'all gotta be careful throwing around this gay word because it's giving homophobic. But we know you're not. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, low key, I think it's weird. But I've said this in my TikToks and they ate me up. I went viral. But a lot of these men love their homeboys more than they love their significant other. Like, the only difference is that they're sexually attracted to women, but they're emotionally attracted to men. So that's just that. But yeah, I think it's several red flags in this story. One is that if a man or anybody says they're gonna drive and they get too drunk to drive, everybody call an Uber. Like, you don't have to drive drunk now because everybody else folded when we had a plan. We came in with a game plan. We had a game plan and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it was nice of you to drive when he asked you to. You know, you're a real one because, you know, you always want to hold it down for your significant other. But his friend that needed a ride home, yeah, he's bugging. He's bugging. How you get a free ride to your destination and think that you have the audacity or even the option to talk about you not done getting lit and we about to go back out. Sir, get your ass up out this car. You know what I'm saying? And then it's mad inconsiderate of him because everybody's mad drunk, including your boyfriend, who's his friend. Like, why would we be outside that lit? You know what I mean? And it sounds like a few things. Like, you're right, absolutely. You're upset and nobody cares because you were the only one responsible enough to drive, and they don't care because they didn't have to drive. It's a high police area, which means that they put you in a predicament, like a weird situation. And he yelled and screamed the whole way home like a baby. Now, I'll say this. If we being honest, everybody had that moment where you drink too much and you get mad emotional and you start being ridiculous. Like, we've all been there. We've all had our dramatic moments. But yelled and screamed and almost in tears all the way home and then slept on a couch and then tried to break up with you is nasty work. Filthy. Something's not right about that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I do think a lot of men love their homeboys more than they love their significant others, specifically women. But all of this because you didn't want to take them back out after you drove them home. My advice to you, sis, is to take care of you first. Think about you first because it says it right here. Everything you wrote lets me know that they don't care about you for real. You know what I mean? You need to prioritize yourself and your safety because you already took a risk by drinking and driving them home to make sure everybody got home safe. And then he wanted to break up with you because you didn't want to do what his friend asked you to do, it's giving manipulation, it's giving scams. And honestly, if somebody's finna break up with you over something that ridiculous, y'all are not meant to be together. And I'm not one to tell people to break up with their significant other because I don't want y'all to hate me later when y'all break up with them and then realize y'all was really in love. But it sounds to me like he might be doing a breaking up with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's giving weird vibes because I just don't understand why you would break up with somebody over something so simple and go sleep on a couch. You know what I mean? I don't know. This sounds iffy, and if I was you, I would say, like you might want to get out of there. And also, he don't care about you as much as he should to put you in a situation and then have an attitude about it. Nah, sorry. Get somebody else to do it. My advice to you is take care of yourself, put yourself first, prioritize yourself. There's somebody out there that's not going to put you in a situation like that and then try to break up with you. It's a no for me. So sorry that happened to you. Thanks for coming through. All right, so next up. This one feels a little bit personal because they started with, you're not average, first of all. I love y'all. Y'all be gassing. My head is already huge. Y'all can't tell? Like, I love y'all for real. But the question is, where do I find a man like you? Genuine, emotionally wise, and empathetic. Where do y'all hang out? Thanks in advance for your response. I got you. Low key, this is a hard one for me to answer if I'm keeping it a bean. And I was just talking to my sister about this the other day. The problem is that the dating pool is trash because I feel like all the people that are trash be outside. The rest of us be in the house chilling. And I'm sure that includes you. And that's why it's hard to find somebody like that. And in this current climate where everybody's in the house chilling and don't want to be outside, well, anybody that's like worth anything for us, right? Like, it's hard to find somebody to connect with. And I'm going to keep it a beam right now and say, look, I'm single. So, I can't even tell you where to start because I'll be in the house. But what I will say is, like, in order to meet people who are like you have to hang out with like-minded people. I know that sounds like obvious, but one thing I'm always thinking about is like in my recent dating experience, most of the people that I've met that I really like, I met through friends who are, similar to me because they have friends who have the same qualities, a lot of similarities. And I'm going to say this, I'm not perfect. So I love y'all on every platform that I have, all the things. Don't let this platform fool you. I'm not perfect. There's things that I'm still healing from and things that I've healed from. And some of that is that I don't even like to go outside for real. And so it's all fun and games until you want somebody to turn up with you and I'm still in the house trying to chill. But I also think that another way to like find somebody is to ask a lot of questions that lead you to finding the person that you want. So if you want someone who's emotionally wise and empathetic, have they gone to therapy? Have they done work to heal? Have they done work to heal from past traumas and to heal from like previous relationships? If you want to know if someone is empathetic, see if they go out of their way for you. See if they show you the love and kindness that you deserve and that you need. And ask all the questions. I think the biggest mistake that people make is like when they meet somebody, they don't ask all the questions, especially because the dating pool is trash right now. It's garbage. It's literally dirt water. We all just kind of like, all right, cool. I met somebody. I'm down, whatever, whatever. But I think that it's really important for you to ask people these questions and to go places where you find like-minded people. This is gonna sound like mad corny and like a movie type thing, but go to a coffee shop. If you're someone who's intellectual and you like to read or you want to meet other intellectual people, go to places where people who are intellectual go. Now, that's not to say, because I want to be crystal clear, that's not to say that they're going to have all the qualities you want, because there's people in that coffee shop who are not genuine, emotionally wise, or empathetic. However, if there's someone that's like you, they'll be in spaces similar to you. And so you got to go outside and kind of find your way. You can also try dating apps. The problem with dating apps is I personally feel like they're in hell and I hate them. I feel like it takes a lot of social capital in order to like be successful in a dating app. And it's a lot of time because you're not meeting people in person. You don't really know what they're like in person. And then you get there, you meet them, and it's like it could be clipped, or they don't look the way you thought they looked, or they're not as intelligent as you thought they were. All the things. And let's not say intelligent is a measure of success, but, like it's whatever you're looking for. So my best advice to you is like, where do we hang out? We hang out in the crib. But my advice to you is that for the people who are not a tourist and an introvert and like to be in the crib, They outside. They just outside in the places where you would least expect them. I know a lot of people go to clubs and bars and lounges to try to meet people. I don't personally advise that if that's not where you're at in your life, because that's what you're going to attract. But also, we all got friends. We all got homies. I'm not saying you should date your homie, but tap into your homies and let them put you on with somebody who's like them. You know what I mean? People tend to hang out with people that they're like. So tell somebody to put you on with a homie that you like, that you feel attracted to, and see where it goes. But also, you have to be comfortable with being alone, because I think it's really important for people to understand, like, yes, people want love. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get love if that's what you want. But I truly feel like people cannot be in love if you've not spent time loving yourself and being alone to feel comfortable with being alone, so that you don't have to meet someone. You meet someone because you wanted to, and it works out and you can mutually build with them. But yeah, my advice to you is go places where you find people who are like-minded and you'll be Gucci. And if not, also be comfortable with being alone. I hope this was helpful. All right, so next one. Me and my girlfriend started dating about 4 years ago. We got along so well when we first started dating and we were inseparable. However, as the years progressed, things started to get a little rough. I noticed that we don't really actually like the same things. She likes to go out, I like to stay in, and she gets mad because my type of fun is playing a video game and chilling in the crib. And so now all we do is argue all the time, and it's frustrating. And I want to stay and work it out, but it feels really hard to do. It feels like I'm pulling teeth. And she also said that she feels like a lot of times we're not supposed to be together. I just don't know what to do. Should I break up or should I stay? Any advice? I got you. So let me just start by saying, y'all know this, but I'm not an advocate of struggle love. I'm so sorry. I do not believe in having to struggle in order to find love. And I think there's a few things. One is that, like, I think there's a honeymoon phase, right? Everything is beautiful at the beginning. Y'all get along well. You know what I'm saying? Everything feels easy at the beginning because, you got that puppy love. Y'all really enjoying each other and it's easy to be in that space. But as time goes on, you have to work harder to maintain that relationship with people, because it's not as easy as it was when you first started, because it becomes more common. Now, I will say that a lot of times a mistake people make is, like, in the beginning, y'all don't really make sure you're compatible. You're attracted to somebody physically and maybe like intellectually, but you don't know if you're actually compatible with the person for real, because y'all haven't sat down and talked about the things y'all like or don't like. And like I was just saying earlier, like, you meet somebody in a club, then they probably still want to be in a club. And so if you decide one day you don't want to do that, you don't want to be outside no more, and they still do, you can't really be mad at them for wanting to do that. But I think, like, also their expectation was probably that y'all was going to be outside together doing, hot boy, hot girl stuff as a couple. And then when they found out you wasn't on that type of time, it hurt. But a few things here is, like, one is communication is key. So if y'all are at a stuck point and y'all are both feeling this way, like, what are y'all doing to progress? And I believe that counseling is always helpful for everyone, like both individual and couples. Y'all may be kind of new to be going to couples therapy, but it's a good, like, habit to build, or like skill muscle to build now. Also, like, when y'all are talking to each other, be clear on where you are and where you stand and why, and compromise if you can. You know what I mean? If you can compromise and find a way to make it work, like, you don't have to go out together all the time. Y'all should have separate friend groups. Y'all could be arguing because y'all are just not saying the thing to each other, and it feels like y'all just walking on eggshells. But if you really, really sit down and talk about it and try to communicate effectively, y'all might be able to get somewhere. 4 years is a long time. And I'm sure y'all have a friendship somewhere deep down in there that y'all, originally fell in love with. But if y'all don't communicate, it's not going to go nowhere, and y'all going to keep fighting and arguing. The other thing is, I don't believe in struggle love. And so if y'all have gotten to a point where you realize that y'all are not the same and y'all are not compatible, it's okay to break up. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to break up without making it a big deal or a problem. People grow apart. That's natural. That's normal. But that doesn't mean you should just stick it out because you like someone originally or initially. Sometimes people grow apart, and it's okay for you to say, like, I'm good, this is not working, and we can still be friends, but this is not the right fit. People grow. Like, you grow throughout relationships. You're always growing. So either y'all gonna grow in the same direction or you don't. And there's nothing wrong with you not growing in the same direction. But you trying to stick it out just for the sake of sticking it out is going to be bad for business for everybody. So My advice is to communicate and make a decision about where y'all go next. And if you decide to continue, make sure y'all commit to it. If you decide to part ways, do it in a way that's not messy. Because breakups don't have to be bad. We choose to make them bad when they get real messy and toxic. So yeah, like do it in a way that's amicable and hope for the best outcome. Cause like everybody grandmama used to say, if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, then you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's the case, but also it could just be clips. So don't think that this is, you know, a cry for y'all to keep doing what y'all doing, even though y'all know y'all shouldn't be. So appreciate. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for coming by my YouTube channel, Everything Black with the Real Dwight Thomas. And two important things. One is make sure you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Or else it's going to be up and it's stuck. The next thing is hit that link in the bio and let me know what advice you need from an average black man. Me. And I got you. But until next time, roll a clip.